Hey everybody. So YouTube decided to take this video down. They deleted the whole video, so I had to repost it. That's why the video is late today. This has been scheduled for a week. I don't know why YouTube just today, as it was going up, decided to delete it. So I'm reposting it, and with my big dumb face over certain parts of the game, and if you know, you know. If you don't know, you're about to know. So I hope you enjoy the video, and sorry for my face getting in the way of certain very important key plot points. Enjoy? Question mark? Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to Rick Games, and welcome back to Doki Literature Club. It's the day of the festival. Let's go and be super positive about everything. This is, oh God. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. I managed to carry all the cupcakes by myself, carefully stackling 2 trays. That's what I said. And I meant stackling. Deal with it. Natsuki is already texting up a storm, but I can't respond thanks to my hands being full. Funnily enough, funnily? Is funnily a word? I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Natsuki at the festival. But knowing Monaco, I'm sure the event will be great too. Hey, Rock Gams! You're the first one here. Thanks for being early. That's funny. I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that have all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again, that dummy. You think that on days this important she'd try a little harder. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday, and I suddenly feel awful knowing it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking, but maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all? You should take a little responsibility for her, Rock Gams. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know? Exchange? Monica, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president after all. But I stammered, embarrassed. Did Sarah really tell her about it that quickly? About how I basically turned down her confession? Why is there no music? This is very creepy. That makes me really seem like the bad guy here. Yeah, it does. But I'm the one who knows what's best for her, right? Why? Why is that? Geez, you don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Huh? Monica is being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desk. Oh, yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. I can't see anything. Why wouldn't you put up at least a picture? Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognized Natsuki and Yuri's poem from the one they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one that I haven't read before. Oh. Get out of my head, 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 get out. What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Rock Gams? What's wrong? Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything Sayori's written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm going to go get Sayori, so, well, all right. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself. Monica calls that out after me. I quicken my pace. Excuse me. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her or help her wake up. Even a simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they've always been. That's all she needs and what I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. Sayori? She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. Isn't that more like something a boyfriend would do? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy. There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't that kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Ah! Yeah. Yep. I was trying to avoid this. I don't think there's a way to avoid this. What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this could be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayori I would be there for her. I told her I'd know what's best and everything will be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Turning down her confession, that has to have been what pushed her over the edge. Her agonized scream still echoes in my ears. Why did I do that to her when she needed me the most? Why was I so selfish? Really? Now you're going to add music? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me that everything I could have done to prevent this, if I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and gave her what I know she wanted out of our relationship, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend, someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I can do can bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. I had only one chance and I wasn't careful enough, and now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers, but I still couldn't do what she needed from me, and now I can never take it back. Never, 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 never. The end. Yeah. This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Oh! Hello! Pixelated Monica Yuri and Sayori clone? Okay. So, what have we learned? Alright. I said what I said in the video yesterday. That's that. Blam. I will say that I was almost in a situation like Sayori's once, and I found out that I mattered to a lot of people, and that's why my handle for a lot of things is Rick Matters. So if you ever see that on my site or on the when I'm playing the game or whatever, you'll see Rick Matters a lot. But that's what that is. That's neither here nor there. Game's not over. I knew this was coming. That's why I'm not really super surprised about it. It's just depressing and weird and creepy. But let's start playing Doki Doki Literature Club, the horror game, shall we? Because that's what this is, and that's what it was the whole time. I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw herself. We're starting a new game, folks. That girl is my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let catch up to me. Oh dear. It's an ordinary school day just like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I've always walked to school alone. The game is erasing Sayori. Oh, what? Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that, but I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Rock on, brother. Rock on. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. So you're only joining clubs to get girls. Strange. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them will probably be too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Rat games? No, that's not. No. Okay. Monica? Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Yeah, it has, I think. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we're in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... what did you come in here for anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for the events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make it something special out of it. What? In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club? Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's actually embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that, but it's really not boring at all, you know. Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. Manga is like graphic novels, right? Like larger comic books, Japanese comic books. Is that correct? I think that's correct. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Do you want to talk about my member? Did Monica say she? Huh. Hey, Rock Gams, by any chance are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? With her bent-over flip hair pose. Sure, I guess I could check it out. Awesome. You're really sweet, Rock Gams, you know that? It's nothing, really. Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. Let's get those wet clothes off you. My clothes aren't wet. I said let's get those. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. No cupcakes this time. Disappointing. I dejectedly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. You know, the part with books. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Ka-chonk! I'm big! And I brought a cast with me. What was that? It flashed at me. Hi, girl one. Guest. Excuse me. Seriously, you brought a boy? Really kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Rock Gams. All words escape me in this situation. Natsuki's like, he's just gonna scratch his balls and fart. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Some of them. So let me guess, you're Monica's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not yet. Natsuki, the girl with the sour attitude is apparently whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual, and this is Yuri, the vice president. Oh, really? She's the vice president. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So I ran into Rock Gams in the classroom and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know, run one out first, but now I can't do that because there's a boy here. I didn't forget that, I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that'd be great. Why don't you come sit down, Rock Gams? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting all the effort to start something brand new, and if they are, I kill them. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can really all grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these two. Just two, not three, just two. Sorry, pop-up thing for my antivirus on my screen. My apologies. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Hey, don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Rock Gams, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read in these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I quietly mutter to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that could change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, you, Yuri. What about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Excuse me. I didn't mean that. My fantasy world just came out through my mouth. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements that usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Oh, I see what you did there. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read horror. I read a horror book once. I'm in one now. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Or the rock. If you smell... I didn't expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Like, currently I'm reading Maxim magazine. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I'm reading Goosebumps. Ew, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, I just... Natsuki's eyes dart over me for a split second. Never mind. I'm scared that Monika's gonna kill me. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What gives you that idea? You left me a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. Oh, it looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. Rock Gams and his rock hard. Give them back. Fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. I'm not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. That's why I read Playboy. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? I was trying to think of any other magazine, and I came up with Playboy. Reader's Digest, I don't know. Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Huh? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone's even. I thought it was a good idea. Oh, God, I yanked my cord out. Sorry, it keeps on getting twisted. Give me a second. Isn't this the part where Sayori jumped in and was like, yes, that sounds like a great idea, let's do it. And that was where we're all like, oh, okay. Let's all do it now. No, it's just look at the sweat on Monica's face. I think you're right, Monica. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all, because Sayori used to do that. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Rock Gams? Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monica may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I never even got a cupcake. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But... I'm sorry, I thought... The girls exchange glances before Monica turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Rock Gams. The thing is, I'm dying. We don't have enough members to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really hard to find new members, and if we don't find one before the next festival, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like that? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, I'll be that kind of dick. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. Everybody up! One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Rock Gams? Yeah, it can be fun, I guess. It can be horrible. It's probably going to be horrible. You really did scare me for a moment. Oh, I scared you? I just saw my best friend hanging by her neck. I mean, if you really just left her for all this, it would be super pissed. After all this work that you put in, like talking. Rock Gams, I'm so happy we can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. Get those wet clothes off. My clothes are wet. Get those wet clothes off. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? I bet you will. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring the next meeting, and we can all share. We can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Rock Gams, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Bring in a gun, I dare you. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? Time for Chat GPT. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay. All right, I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. There we go. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 3 girls, Natsuki, Yuri, and the rest. I will really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club. Will I? I read that sentence wrong completely. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. All right, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will follow me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Let's write a poem. Because, I unlocked a special poem. Would I like to read it? Yes, please. Redacted. Wait. Nothing. Nothing is real. It says nothing is real. NOTHINGISREAL. Nothing is real. Question mark at the bottom there. Nothing is real? A delicious Chinese meal? A succulent Chinese meal? Nothing is real. I only got 2 here, huh? Well, going with anime, I'm going to ignore Yuri completely. Shiny. Cheer. Boop. Laugh. Bliss. Twirl. Sugar. Sunny. Fireflies. Doki. Flower. Yuri is not looking good right now. Puppy. Bubbles. Chocolates. Poof. Hop. Friends. Kitty. Fluffy. Wow. 20 for 20 all towards Natsuki. Hi again, Rock Gams. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. No, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I kept my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everybody else was already hanging out. Which means Thanks for keeping your promise, Rock Gams. Hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Did you just phase in from the nether? Oh, come on, look, he deserves any slack. You've already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Monica, you're in front of the... Can I put you back a little bit? I'm a big mouth if somebody keeps her maggot. I don't know. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I guess she got defeated. I'm sorry, Rock Gams. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. And then a shotgun. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read. Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Oh, wait, I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try and be part of this club, so even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. I'd throw it at you, but I'd pick it up first. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all that, I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you're a really big freaking moron. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. Yeah. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I'm going to go throw this in the trash can. I enthusiastically take the book. You, well, you can read it at your own pace. I know it's going to be, a year or two before you finish it, even though it's only 7 pages. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Here we are in the closet. I hear Natsuki utter an exacerbated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. Now here we are in the closet. You looking for something in there? Fucking me! She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point of keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga, unga bunga. You read manga. It's manga, right? Pretty sure it's manga. Manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit to yourself you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know, anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? Oh, somebody literally wrote I love manga on my face when I was sleeping? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst the stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is. Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Oh, much better. Seeing a box out with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. Oh, seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feeling. I get a close look at the box set she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can go do it through the glass on that door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Rock Games. Consider... Don't judge a book! In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. Sorry. I'm gonna show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. Ow! I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire, striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly Mo. I don't know what that is. Don't just stand there. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. Kicking and screaming, I bet. Then she takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsill. She passes on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Here we are, I guess. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Why is that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this. Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space where she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, which is much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and again? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I'm spitting everywhere as I'm doing this, and her voice causes me to salivate so much. I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. Hi? Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not, even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with somebody else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Oh, you don't have any manga. Jeez. That's not my joke. I can't take credit for that. Sorry. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over time. What's up, loser? It's probably harder for someone like you. You know, being an ultra loser. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? She thinks I'm a loser. Son of a bitch. I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. My dad would beat the shit out of me if he found this. That scared me a little bit. Sorry. It makes it safe here in the club room. Except Monica's kind of a jerk about it. I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. It can solve the stop being a bitch problem. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? Yeah, so? Geez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flipped the page. More and more, I guess. Time passes. We die of starvation. Natsuki is strangely quiet now. I glance over at her. It looks like she's starting to fall asleep. Hey, Natsuki. Suddenly, Natsuki collapses straight into me. Hey. Okay. Oh, jeez. Natsuki, are you okay? Here. Monica reaches into her bag and pulls out some kind of protein bar. She throws it in Natsuki's direction. Natsuki's eyes suddenly light up again. She snatches the bar from the floor and immediately tears off the wrapper. I told you not to give... She doesn't even finish her sentence before stuffing it into her mouth. Don't worry, Rock Gams, she's fine. It just happens every now and again. I don't think that should happen ever. That's why I always keep a snack in my bag for her. Anyway, I'm bending over and showing my hair off again. Why don't we all share poems now? Are we kidding with this? Yeah. Natsuki, let's go. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. You alright? You alright, girl? Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. But what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. Like masturbate. In fact, I remember how I said I wanted to read your poems. That's what I had in mind when writing this. I wanted to help you. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monica said. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, well, that's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So in other words, you're saying you liked it? Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat. You just don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that. You don't have to go with Natsuki to the world, like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I said that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Yeah, fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, ducks can teach, chickens can run, eagles can fly, people can travel. That's about it. Yeah, I told you we're gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. That's exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care however old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Who should I show my poem to next? Alright. I'm aware that I'm rereading some stuff. Like, a lot of this stuff showed up in the previous playthrough. I'm reading through it because it kind of helps with the experience for the second playthrough. Because if I just skipped everything, then it would just... I might skip over something that's different, or might show something that, is a little hand. Hello. All right, let's go with Monica. We're changing the order up. Hi, Rock Gams. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? All right, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Rock Games. I already know that you're stupid. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like it, Rock Games. It's only 2 sentences. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, jeez. No, it kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer, too, so take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. If you're interested in Natsuki, then always keep a snack on you. She'll cling to you like a puppy. Natsuki's dad doesn't give her lunch money or leave her any food in the house, so she's in a fussy mood pretty often. Her dad doesn't feed her? But sometimes she just loses all of her strength and shuts down. Like earlier. This is just a guess, but I think she's so small because her malnutrition is interfering with her adolescent growth. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what causes your eyes to pixelate black and for you to not talk in anything but gibberish. But hey, some guys are into petite girls too, you know. Sorry, just trying to look at the bright side. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Okay. Something I picked up the last time I read this. This is her realizing that she's in a video game and she can look out and see me, essentially. See the player. Hole in the wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings, but burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in the room? Oh, wait. The air breath dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. He's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I burn into my pen. That's a different poem. My bad. Go back and watch the other videos of this poem, because it's a different poem, and this is a continuation of that poem. So she's continuing from a previous playthrough. Crazy stuff. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty unpopular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. Kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you tried so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this: if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay. So what she was saying about having an epiphany was her realizing that she's in a video game. And she can see the other players in the world. She wants to get out. She's in a video game and she wants to get out. Show my poem to Yuri. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, sorry, I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't rush yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay, this is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. So it's that bad. No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. It's not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice. You're talking too much, Yuri, and learning by example and trying new things. And I also hope that everyone in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. Yeah, it's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. Yep, it's the same. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing, it must be this one, the last remaining street light I have watched the last time. The last yet to be replaced by a sickening blue-green of the future. I bathe, calmly breathing air of the present, living the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. She's a ghost! I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read, did it? Oh, well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Huh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Rock Gams. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you didn't really glance over it after all. I read it twice now. It's about a fucking ghost. Don't be a prick, Yuri. Don't be a prick. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in a last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. You're being a dick, Yuri, and soon it'll be left with nothing. That's a lot more solid putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on those things, too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Oh, my God. Whew. Guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's almost like I'm missing someone. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Let me hear that again. Nope, that one was fine. Weird. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Huh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you can say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out nice at all. Alright, well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for a suggestion, I would have asked someone who actually liked it, which people did, by the way. Monica liked it. Rock Games liked it. Based on that, I'm glad to give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me! I appreciate the offer, but I spent an awful long time establishing my writing style. Don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Rock Games liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what, you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Rock Games appreciate my advice more than he appreciates yours. And now you knew that he didn't appreciate my advice more. Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do go really cutesy. You know what? I was the one whose moves magically grew a size bigger as soon as Rock Games started showing up. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve... Taking out your own insecurities on others like that. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me, look who's talking. You want to be edgy, bitch? Whoa. Okay. That changed. Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know. If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sticking attitude. Oh dear, you think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Well, be careful, you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad, you already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on, let Rock Games hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly Yuri turns towards me as she just noticed I was standing there. Rock Games! She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. How did I don't know. Natsuki. What? I'm hitting Natsuki. What do you want from me? Oh my God. Natsuki, I'm hitting Natsuki. Ah! Hi. Hey, Rock Games. Why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay? Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little bit more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She quickly runs away. Oh, dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. Yuri is rocking back and forth with her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki, or did. Rock Games, please don't hate me. Please, I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting's over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little longer. I'm the president. I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me around or something, Yuri. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Rock Gams. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I really don't have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble, but I really... Oh. Whoa. Monica said, nope. Nope. You get nothing. Oh, my God. Well, all right. I'll tell you what. I'm going to make a quick... a poem just for Yuri. I'm making it just for Yuri. I don't care. Precious, lucky. I don't know what that is. Heart, ribbon, wonderful, dance, shiny, whistle, promise, pure, bubbles, vanilla. I mean, I got one wrong. Damn son of a bitch. All right. Anyway, made that poem. It's done. Another day passes of me not going to school. I'm going to end this video here. Yep, this is what we got to look forward to. There's only going to be 1 or 2 episodes more of this. It's a quick game. But as you can see, it's very disturbing. And it looks like Monica's running the show, man. She found out that she is not real. But she knows I am. So this is going to happen next time on Rick Games. For right now, please hit that like button and subscribe to Rick Games. Helps me out a lot when you do that. Check out the annotations at the end of the video for more videos that I've done. And next time on Rick Games. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Have you? Have you? Next time on Rick Games. Bye.